You know, let me tell you, choosing ones, why it is necessary for you to understand that the devil is not tired of walking. You know what I'm saying? It's not tired of trying to frustrate the righteous. You may not like this video, but wait to the end. Always try to sit in the table where they discuss about positive stuff. Because forget about riches, wealth, etc. None of these will come and last forever without a positive energy. I was discussing with one of my friend back then. That would be last 3 months. So when I was discussing with this my friends, there was something that he told me. He said that there are a lot of people who their parents were so wealthy, so rich, but today their children are begging food, meal to eat. That many people are surprised. I said, why should people be surprised when the sources of that money it come from wrongdoing? Because let me tell you, brothers, there is nothing more productive in this life like after you, there still be people who go ahead of you. Meaning that the world we are living today is very, very necessary for you to sit in the comfort of positive energy. Don't be that person who sit around negative people, people who talk about others, who plot and plan the downfall of others. Because you may be rich and yet you are still sick. Spiritually or physically was sick. Because there are a lot of people who are rich today that after there are no more, their children will become a beggar. Yes, it's not because of the fact that the money is not, it's not supposed to be there, it's not enough, but because of the fact that the foundation is built under something. Like, have you not come to a point in your life where you notice that there are people who are so rich, so wealthy, but no one around them is successful? No one within them is successful. None of their children are successful. Because let me tell you, sometimes the company we keep around us truly matters a lot. The company we keep around us, within us, truly matters. If you think they don't matter, a time will come where you realize that a truly a lot matters. This is why it is necessary for you to sit in the comfort zone where you need to sit around people who discuss about God, money, how to progress, how to succeed, how to elevate, what to do for them to be better than tomorrow, what to do to become more better than yesterday, what to do to elevate much more than you do used to. Because the moment you start to hang around with people who have, right energy, positive energy, you come to understand that no matter how little your success is, there will never be a consequences that attach to it. You know what I'm saying? There will never be a consequences that attach to that success. Because the world we are today, the heart of men are truly indeed so deceitful that you have to be mindful, careful, watchful of everything. Just look at people around you who sit together and you know that all that they see is talking about one person to another, talking about discussing who is doing better than do. The discussing, this person is successful, their hands are not clean. This person is doing well, their hands are not clean. We know that they belong somewhere. We know that there is something that they have already been involved. Look at those people's life. You will notice that there is always setback around them. There is always disaster around them. There is always frustration, like there is always a limitation that they cannot break. Sometimes they may be rich, but yet there are those things that they can't use their money to buy, that they wish they have in their whole entire life. You know, I have met a man who is so wealthy. So I was discussing with him. The man started to tell me, he says, Samson, I have made a huge mistake. I look at the man, I look around him, I look at the behavior and the life the man have destroyed. I said, God cannot be mocked. God cannot be mocked. God cannot be mocked. I look at it, I said, you see, you can convince everyone, but you can't convince God. You can deceive everyone, but you can't deceive God. The last thing I said within myself is that, there is always a means that God used to punish people for the sake of the atrocity and the evil. And that is why it's very necessary for you to sit around people who discuss something good. And this is why a lot of people hate me, because even if you are my friend, you are my brother, you are my sister, the moment you start to discuss this person is this, what they have is wrong, they get it from bad well, bad this, I will cut you off. I will cut you off. Why? Because that is what reduce men. That is what reduce Saul. That is what reduce Haman. That is what reduce Queen Jezebel. That is what reduce her. So be careful.